My name is Eric HAWES, and I'm a lead master instructor for Generations. I initially started with Generations when we actually did our first pilot. Since that time, I've had the honor to teach quite a number of cohorts. And the thing that's important to me is after spending 35 years in the IT field, I just didn't see a lot of folks that look like me in that field, right? And so actually Generations has given me the honor and the pleasure to actually give back and actually get folks that look like me introduced to the IT field, and particularly the cloud. What we actually have built into our curriculum is a couple of things that actually prepare our learners, right? For an example, one of the things I thought was really important, since we were getting some students that didn't have no background in technology, one of the first things that I think that's really important is that we give them IT fundamentals, the fundamentals of the basics that you need to have to understanding what computing is, right? And some of that, it actually includes computer hardware, networking, troubleshooting the hardware components, and operating systems. From there, we actually expose our students to the Linux technologies, spinning up Linux machines and understanding what virtual machines are. Then we transition into Python. Now, trying to get our students to be master programmers, right? But we just want them to understand the structure of programming and how to write scripts, because that's important just to have a basic knowledge of programming. Then we introduce our students to DevOps, right? To me, DevOps is a misnomer because DevOps is development and operations that's working together. And we actually introduce our students to the process, particularly in the agile process of actually getting a project or a program out into production. And then we have finally transitioned into the AWS certification material. So on occasion, I have some individuals who are working in the field come to the class and speak. The technical training is definitely applicable because we're using resources that actually put the students or learners in touch with the technologies that they'll be using later on when they get out in the field. I want them to leave with the fact that they can do it. I want them to actually walk into a world that they have the confidence that they can actually talk the talk to get into an interview and land a position. One of the things that I see is that we have a lot of students that are transitioning to new jobs and to a new field altogether, right? And sometimes that could be intimidating, right? You know, one of the things that I always say to my students, I don't do rocket science, right? So that I can bring that down a little bit, right? And one of the things that I see is the level of confidence that our learners have by the time they finish our programs.